I'm Rio.
I'm Justin.
Welcome to Be Real, Not Right.
We are a creative house for musicians, artists, and today we wanted to react and walk through a video that we did a couple years ago. Actually, Rio Wiley here as the artist, and This Dark Heaven, which was my COVID project that I did with a former roommate, former musician, and we put together a music video for this once we all came out of COVID, and wanted to walk through that today since it's been a few years since we've seen it. And, as we put this burner team together with videographers and editors, we're like, what better way to showcase our team than looking back on some of our prior work? So let's go ahead, jump on into it. Here we go.
Yeah, I feel myself, I'm killing it now. Cut my ties, blocking the line, don't need no one else. Yeah, she wants to see the condo, but I'm no longer single. When I went to the hills, said goodbye to my dealer.
All right, let's just pause like halfway through verse 1 just to give everyone context, because they're watching this video and they're like, okay, this looks good. This looks Hollywood level. And little do they know that this was recorded, in a house that we live in. We also used our other friend's house and made all these set designs literally in homes that we live in, bought props off of Amazon and pulled together props that we already owned, whether it be through friends or in the back of your closet, and really put this together. And so that paired together with our friend Lance, who did this video, and his exceptional, cameras, equipment, really brought this thing to that top tier level.
Yeah, even the actors and the actresses inside the video are friends of ours or people we know, or even myself for my own music video. And so we tried to lean on our community to make this video as high quality as possible, but also done in a reasonably priced way.
And even here, as we look on screen, we're literally looking at a green room picture from one of Rio's shows that we then repurposed and made into like this almost couple backstory where, Megan, our actress here in our video, is actually a bandmate with Rio. And so we had her step in as a pseudo girlfriend in this video, just like Rio said, using our network of people and actors and creatives.
Yeah, the whole friendship with all these videos that the whole friendship with all the photos that her and I had together already set the stage for us to be able to develop the relationship story.
Yeah, and pulling together all of those pieces, I think, really brought this together in a way that it feels like there's a deeper story here where we didn't have to go out and fake a bunch of things. We just used things we already had. So yeah, let's keep rolling here.
Don't take it personally, not trying to leave you unread. My phone is off, I won't be bothered, no,
I just want to stop right here to, again, point out the fact that we used our friend's front entrance of his house, and with a bright light through that window there to the left, made it feel like this old school noir detective scene where we're all scheming what will be a heist. And again, didn't really have to rent much other than, a couple pieces of gear to make this happen.
Yeah, one of the coolest parts about this was that we were able to clear out the room itself to make room for our instruments. So there was a performance scene here kind of subtly happening in the background. But now that I look back at this video, I'm actually seeing like a whole murder mystery. And it's funny framing it this way because it almost looks like there's about to be like a killer, or there's about to be like you're going to see this on a Netflix special with a murder mystery.
Yeah, and it's just like, I think from a story perspective, you're seeing like this relationship happening, and then it's cutting to this scene of like a noir detective. So it definitely plants that seed of just like on a cinematic level interest. And I think, as we take a step outside the video, let's explain a little bit about how we came up with the story before we even get through the video, because I think that was a really big nod to us and just the writing of this story.
Yeah, I mean, the song's called Better Plans, and it's about not letting anyone or anything hold you back from developing the dreams that you actually have by creating better plans for yourself moving forward. And so this kind of led to this idea of us scheming. As you can see on the wall behind, there's almost this scheme to acquire some sort of justice in this relationship and get back. So
and I think we even like talked about like going out on the open road and like doing like kind of a car chase or like a highway getaway. We thought about going to like an old bank and like seeing if we could try to rent some time there to shoot a scene. We really love this idea of like a heist. And so then we landed on, again, this like relationship idea, which lyrically is not part of the song, but visually adds a really cool layer. and relatable, interesting story to the video. So
And both artists are also pretty unique in the sense that their branding requires them to be kind of mysterious. And so it just like both of us in This Dark Heaven and Rio Wiley, we were able to kind of lean into that like mysterious vibe together.
yeah, and as we'll see later in the video, I don't want to spoil anything, but we really had to be careful about how we wrote this like girl part. So I think we did it exceptionally. And again, thank you to Megan for being a part of our video. Shout out to her band, Death.gov. Just as a side note, everyone go listen to Death.gov. But yeah, let's just keep rolling through this and we'll see the story play out.
God. Better plans, better plans, flip the kill for a quick couple million. Better plans, ain't nothing I need while I'm focusing on me. Better plans, you won't find me on the map like I just can't hold your hand, take you with me to the cash, yeah. Told you I had a plan, focus on me and go get it back. It's all Gucci when they're mad, I mean.
So this kind of brought the next level into the story of the viewer recognizing that, okay, this isn't just about like a murder mystery or it's not about a relationship problem. There's a piece of jewelry that this person gave to his partner. Now they're broken up and it seems to be that he wants to get it back.
Yeah, I think at this point, like people start to see where the story is headed, and we're doing that heist story, but in a very, I don't know, low budget way, but it's still very, very interesting to watch.
Makes you think of what's coming next, I think, and lots of shiny things, lots of mystery happening. I also like in the sequence of putting my feature inside of this song, we were really careful to not make it look like a Rio Wiley song in that we had it just pop in as a feature where I was a main character for a moment, and you'll see in a moment that this finishes out and kind of congregates together with both Justin and Derek into a final scene.
Yeah, what I actually think this video feels almost very Rio Wiley. Like the song is very This Dark Heaven featuring Rio Wiley, but the video almost feels all Rio Wiley until, yeah, we come to this culmination at the end where it all ties back to This Dark Heaven. So let's keep going.
Look at my price tag, babe. But I'm off the molly so I can get focused now that I know which way is up. They moving so fast that I can't even slow down, yeah, I had to get out the mud. When things would get rough out at the club, yeah, they be pulling it up. But I can't go back to spending my money thinking I could buy me some love. Better plans, better plans, flip secure for a quick couple million.
So this was just kind of funny. I'm going to go back here to where we literally had to break into our own house. And it was just something that was really funny because we had to do this take several times. But it was just funny breaking into our own house.
Yeah,
like
just on a side note, yeah, we're like in the neighborhood at night with these, you know, ski masks on, hoping none of my neighbors see me breaking into my own window. So yeah, tip for home recording, let your neighbors know.
Right. And we also were able to, if you go back just a little bit more, you'll see that we put some instruments inside of the scene. So like Justin has the bass there. You can see that there's a guitar stage. There's even a piano keyboard in there. It's almost like we're scheming, but at the same time we're writing the song together.
Yeah.
And so that was, I remember that being a cool juxtaposition that we wanted to put in there as a little Easter egg.
Yeah, it's like to get that performance scene without having such a cliche performance scene. I don't know. It feels like we're so pissed off scheming this heist that we're cooking up a beat. So
yeah, and
it's really cool.
Shout out to Lance Gergard. He's the one who filmed this video. I thought he sequenced this part of the video so well. Literally breaking into the house, you can see Derek and Justin side by side. They're planning to see if the coast is clear. Rio's revving up. They're making the song, and finally they give Rio the go to get into the house. And here's how the rest goes.
Better plans, better plans, ain't nothing I need when I'm focusing on me, yeah. Let's go. Don't take it personally. Not trying to leave you unread. Phone is off.
I remember how important the non-verbals were in this scene because as you can see, there's a lot of like word mouthing. There's a lot of like pointing. There's a lot of direction in this. And I feel like it says so much without any speaking parts that almost when I'm watching it, it feels more movie-esque than even listening to the song. It just sets the mood for the whole movie, honestly.
It says so much without saying anything at all, just from like a cinematic level. Like you said, like I'm a huge fan of heist movies, whether that be the Ocean's movies, whether that's Money Heist. I love that. And so it makes it feel like this is a bigger operation within the video than it is, right? It's just three guys breaking into a house, happens all the time. But this feels like this was coordinated, planned as a bigger heist. And so all these nonverbal things, like you're saying, make it feel
Real.
like a bigger movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not just like a corny music video where we're breaking into a house.
Right.
So.
Better plans, yeah. Better plans, yeah. Flip the coke for a quick couple million. Better plans, yeah. Better plans, yeah. Ain't nothing I need when I'm focusing on me, yeah. Better plans, yeah. Better plans, yeah. Flip the coke for a quick couple million.
Also, a side note, yeah, I think both of us laughed seeing this, but that getaway scene was literally at a church parking lot right across the street from our neighborhood that we went over and filmed this in front of a storage garage, a community storage garage, and just film this getaway scene. And again, I think you just have to use what's at your disposal in your neighborhood. But again, this obviously looks well done, well shot. You know, again, shout out to Lance with the high quality equipment and gear and filming this as a professional. But you don't need to go to Hollywood to shoot a great video. You can do these things in your own neighborhood.
We even did this on 2 separate nights. One night we did all the shooting inside the house together, and just this scene, this getaway scene, we filmed separately. Once again, I'll kind of play it here so you can see it in full. We'll
Better plans, yeah. Better plans, yeah. Flip the coke for a quick couple million. Better plans, yeah. Better plans, yeah. Ain't nothing I need when I'm focusing on me, yeah.
And so that right there is your M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end, where this was never about the necklace. It was never about the jewelry. It was always about the dog. And I love that you can go back and watch this video. And, you know, I had to keep my mouth shut as we watched through this, just seeing those seeds we plant throughout with the dog in the cage in the background. And Megan, our pseudo ex-girlfriend here, ignoring the dog. It all just leads to this obvious point of stealing the dog, not the necklace, which I thought was a really genius kind of story writing piece.
It was really fun because as we were figuring out what goes in the duffel bags, we just decided to put the dog toys inside of the duffel bags to simulate money or more jewelry that we stole inside the house. Like, we were wrecking this girl's life and wrecking her home, but in fact we just wanted our dog back. Looking back in the video, you can see all these different moments where the dog kind of was sitting in the background the whole time. So if you watch it on a second time, you'll see how that all plays out.
And again, I want to shout out Megan, like I said earlier, on this part, because it was so difficult for us to write a mean girlfriend who, you know, isn't nice to her dog without, you know, writing an absolute villain for Megan. Like, we didn't want anyone to have to sign up for a role where they're like abusing their dog, you know. So we tried to do this in a very, you know, tightrope way of we want to show a kind of bad side of this girlfriend, but also not so obvious that it's like making the viewer mad at our actress. So I think she did a phenomenal job, and again, thank you to Megan. But yeah,
you can see in the center of the cork board the whole time.
Actually, I love that part there at the end of the audio where we just wind down that audio and it sounds just like a tape stop. It kind of comes to that point where it shows the necklace was never part of this. So really genius framing by Lance. So yeah, I don't know. That was super fun to watch through again.
Yeah, we really like that. Let us know what other videos you want us to watch. Let us know what other music we should check out. We're happy to do some reviews, and we hope that you guys will comment them down below.
Yeah, let us know down below. Be sure to follow us wherever you guys, you know, watch content, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever. Subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. At Be Real Not Right. We'll put that handle somewhere here, but go follow us, subscribe, share this with anyone else that, you know, would find this entertaining or has some ideas for us to go check out. So thanks again for being here today. We'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.
See you later.
Better plans, yeah. Better plans, yeah. quick.